On behalf of the 21 member lines of the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, as the minister said, they're all unique, they're all different. They carry different kinds of passengers, they speak different languages. In order to be able to take advantage of the economic benefits, we have to cater to all of those 21 member lines. The minister used the word partnership. I think sometimes we overuse that word. But in order to fully be able to embrace it, you have to understand what he's talking about. It's the living and breathing of knowing each other, of understanding the wants, needs, and desires of the cruise passengers and the crew. Talking to the cruise executives. I'm sure a lot of people in this room remember a time when the cruise lines and the destinations didn't talk. We have a very close partnership, and that behooves what is happening in St. Kitts. This year, the cruise industry is going to boast that we carry 30 million cruise passengers. Seems like a lot. It's a 6.4% increase from last year. We have 72 vessels on order through 2027. But it's a drop in the bucket. A destination like Orlando had 70 million people last year. We've only touched 2% of the world. And when I say world, the cruise industry is now going global. We're going to China, Australia, Dubai. We're going to places that we never went before. So the Caribbean, yes, it's our lifeblood. 35. Hello? 35% of our global capacity comes to the Caribbean. And you're getting a bigger slice of the pie because the pie has grown. And as the minister said, the wants, needs, and the desires of the changing population is what we have to look at, what we have to cater to. And you should all pat yourself on the back. But I'm only going to let you pat yourself on the back for tonight, because when we walk out of this room, we have to start looking at what we can do to reinvent ourselves. Yes, where is St. Kitts? The minister used the figure 3 years ago. 3 years ago, you had 800,000 cruise passengers, and this year you're going to have over 1 million, which is a 20% increase. And you've had a 169% increase in 10 years. That's because of your hard work, your infrastructure. What you have done by having the locally financed piers is, you should really salute your government, because so many governments are looking to give things away. I've heard, we can't do it. I have never heard that from anybody in St. Kitts, that you can't do it. When we say we need something, you say we can do it, and we can do it better than anybody else. Am I right? What's the most important thing about those passengers and crew? It's your economic impact. It's making money, keeping them happy, because happy passengers spend money, but it's the economic impact. Right here and now in the BRIA study, your passengers spend $135.94. That's above average, but it's not the highest. The highest is $200. I think that within the next 3 years, you will be the highest. You will have over $200 passenger spending. And I've challenged the minister. Remember, the crew is the goodwill ambassadors on the ships. The crew's not spending enough. You're leaving money on the table. What can you do to cater to the crew? Their wants, needs, and desires are way different than the passengers. They want to be away from the passengers. They want to eat and drink, have internet, and have services. Let's cater to them. Remember, you have a lot of people that are getting off the ship that have been here before. It's very, very important that you reinvent yourself. reinvigorate the product to make sure that every single person spends the entire time off the vessel. The average stay right now is 4.4 hours. So if you're making the $136 from the passengers in the 4.4 hours, if you encourage them to stay 1 hour longer, does that mean you're going to get an extra $30? I think so. What we have to do is constantly cross-sell. When they get off the vessel, if they're getting into a taxi, you got to tell them everything that's unique and different and special about St. Kitts. Even if they've been here before, you have to tell them the history. You have to tell them what you can get to eat and drink and shop. It's talking about getting them excited, not only to spend that entire time off the vessel and go on tours, because the people that have the best experience are the people that go on tours, but it's to have them come back. We know that people that are on vacation are looking to where they can go to their next vacation. Let's look at this cruise passenger as the goose that laid the golden egg. Not only are they going to give you the economic impact for today, but they're going to give you the economic impact for tomorrow. I wish I could tell you something that is bad so we can make it better, but in looking at the scores from the BRIA study, you can consistently score 1 to 7 out of 35 in everything across the board. So you've done very well. But as I said, you're only allowed to pat yourself on the back tonight. When you walk out those doors, what you have to think about is, how can I reinvest, revigorate whatever I'm doing? Tell a better story. Talk to those passengers about coming back again. Showcase to them what's unique, special, different about your culture, the history, all of the things that make you special. When you go back to bed tonight, think about how can you reinvest in your product. That's your lifeblood. The government has set the stage to make sure that you take advantage of everything that the cruise industry can bring to you. But please, let's remember, the cruise industry is going globally. You have the cruise industry. We want to come, we want to reinvest, we want to spend more time here in St. Kitts and bring the biggest, best vessels. We congratulate you, but we need you for the future. As I said, we're on Team St. Kitts, right? Yeah. Thank you.